Tell me your Love and Logic story.
Well, I've been using it since the 80s, and my two older kids are 30 and 28, and they still talk about the time of the great mac and cheese week. I was getting real tired of hearing at 4:30 every day that they were what was for dinner, and anything I said, it was icky. They were tired of it. It wasn't their favorite.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, what would Jim Fay do? So I did a little preparation. The next day they came home, and I was waiting for them to ask me. One of them asked me, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad you asked me. We'll never again have to worry about what's for dinner because every day it's your favorite. And I opened up the cupboard and I had lined the whole thing with boxes of mac and cheese. So they were kind of happy and yet suspicious too. They were 7 and 9, but every day. And then I said, oh, and by the way, lunchtime's always a peanut butter sandwich. I said, because I'm really happy about this. I never have to worry about it, and you never have to complain about it again. So it's a good thing for everyone. But in the meantime, so every day I started serving them the mac and cheese. But in the meantime, I made sure that for their dad and their little sister and me, we had something else that they liked. Yeah. Spaghetti one night, and they were like, oh, good, it's spaghetti. I said, oh, no, that's for us. You're having your favorite. So they couldn't really complain for a while. Well, after about 4 days, which was sooner than I was expecting, I started hearing things like, we're not getting our vitamins just eating this mac and cheese.
So they were
said,
telling
really?
you
Yeah.
It wasn't nutritional.
Yeah, what I had told them, and
Right.
and you know, it's really not good for us. We should probably be eating other things. But I was waiting for something else. I said, I don't know. This is real easy for me. I think we'll just keep it this way. Don't worry about it. Well, in the meantime, we set up a trip to Grandma's house. They didn't know that I had called Grandma ahead of time. So they get down to Grandma's house, and she's all happy to see him, and they're happy to see her. Yay, Grandma! And she says, guess what, girls? We're having your favorite for dinner, and she'd made a mac and cheese. So that kind of broke the camel's back, I think, at that point. So they brought it up again. This isn't good for us. We need to have something. I said, well, I don't know. I said, I got really tired of hearing about when people didn't like what I was making. So they stopped, and then they said what I was waiting for. How about if we don't like it, we just go ahead and eat it anyway? That's what I was waiting for.
That's wonderful.
I said, well, that's a good idea. I'll think about that. And I made sure that we went through one more day, and then the next day I said, good news, we're not having mac and cheese for dinner and peanut butter sandwiches for lunch. Yay, they're all happy. I said, no, today we're going to have mac and cheese for lunch and peanut butter sandwiches for dinner. So I twisted the knife. I thought if I'm going to do it, I wanted to do it once and make it stick. So to this day, they still kind of joke about it. And, you know, afterward, if they ever started complaining, I just said, well, we could have your favorite. And they'd have to laugh because they knew.
Right.
You know, but now it's a family story too.
Oh,
so
yeah. And
it worked great.
Do they ever eat macaroni and cheese now?
Yeah, well, yeah, they actually still do, but
still
now
do.
it's more of got the story to go with it, you know.
That's so cute.
But it was one of the times that I really felt I was in charge and I was enjoying it, you know what I mean? Because they weren't starving to death, and they learned something from it. And my 30-year-old is using her Love and Logic on her stepkids. So.
And the beauty of it is that they figured these things out from
I
the
didn't have to
inside
say
out.
anything, you know, just like, hey, and they got what they wanted. That was the trick, is they said this is what they wanted, they got it, and suddenly it's like, well, maybe this isn't so good for us, you know, especially when you're eating pizza and you're eating spaghetti or chili or, you know, something delicious, and it's like, well, I'll think about it. So,
thank you so much.
No, thank you. I've enjoyed the whole experience. So.